Hello?
To kick this off, I'm going in with my comb, combing down all the hairs, and I'm going right in with my lever closed completely on my Instinct X, putting in my first initial guideline completely closed around the head, being sure to stay low to give myself room to fade. My client wants a medium skin fade, but the way that I do one of the sides you'll see in this video is kind of different, but it's how he likes it, and so that's what I gave him. Going in with my trimmers here, just getting that bald as possible right up under there, right up under my clipper, to ensure that it's a smooth transition, and just taking that fade to another level. Being sure not to go all the way to the line that I put in with my clipper, but flicking out as I get to that. As I'm approaching, I'm using softer strokes and lifting up that blade. I'm gonna follow up with my foil shaver here to take that fade to an even more gradient look and getting that as bald as possible, as close to the skin as I can get it. Being sure to stay right up under that. Also, I'm going in here with my lever completely open, setting in my first guideline, well, my second guideline. Going up about an inch just to give myself room to fade. Making sure that I'm staying consistent on both sides and getting that down to the exact length that I wanted. Going over it several times, and here I'm going in with my lever halfway, and I'm halfway in that guideline also. I'll open the lever as needed and close it as needed. Typically when I'm closing up the lever, I'm going lower in the fade, and as I open, I'll go higher up in the fade just to be safe. Playing on the corner here, right around that lineup area, just to ensure that I get it to the level I wanted without pushing it too high, but also clearing out any dark spots that I see. Going in here with my one guard completely closed, setting in my next guideline, and I'm going up about a whole inch once more just to get it as gradient as possible to give myself room to come back in with the next step right up under that. I'm staying consistent through and through, completely all the way around the head, making sure that I get that exactly to a 1 so that I can set up for the next step. And I am using my brush here because I find it easier to remove any extra debris or loose hairs that's already cut with the brush when it's any guard under a 1.5. And I'm following up right up under there with my half guard, halfway, and I'm halfway through that guideline. Lever halfway through the guideline, and I'm playing with the lever just to ensure that I knock out any dark spots that I see. As I said before, closing the lever takes off a lot more hair, and so I'm using that to my advantage when it comes to taking out that very bottom line. And I could also use it and use the corner of my blade to take out any dark spots that I see that's not coming out with the lever halfway. And as you can see, I'm focused, man. 2025 is my year. If you haven't already, like this video up, comment down below what you like or don't like about these videos. Give me feedback, and I promise you I'll get back with you. But if you have not already subscribed to this channel, as you can see, we are growing, and we are growing fast. Everything is new to me when it comes to the editing and the recording haircuts. But I promise you, I'm focused, I'm locked in. I'm gonna give you every time I step, I'm gonna step with the same energy every time I drop a video. And if you want to be notified every time that I post, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell, and I promise you I won't let you down. I'm staying focused, and I'm locked in, and I'm hitting those dark spots, being sure to make sure that I'm not irritating the skin, but going over those parts where I need to. Going in here with my 1.5 guard completely closed. I'm going up about another inch, giving myself gradients within this fade, setting up for the next step. And if you watch my other videos, you know by now how I'm stepping. I'm coming hard. I'm doing the same system on every single hair type, because it's consistency that's going to rule it. Every time you stick to your system, you can't fail. I'm using the heel of the blade, going off of his head shape, being sure not to dig into there. But now I'm going in here, follow up right under the 1.5. I'm going in with my 1 guard halfway, and I'm halfway in the system. I'm halfway in that panel. I'm halfway in that guide that I set right before this. And as you can see, if halfway doesn't do it, I close up that lever and I use the corner of my blade. It may not look like it, but I promise you I'm using the corner of the blade to hit that hair from every angle that I need in order to ensure that it's completely against the grain, because when you go against the grain, that's going to take off that hair. You do not want to use the whole blade in certain areas, because you'll run the risk of taking off too much in places where you don't need to. And that is why it is ideal to use the corner of the blade, because it allows you to get creative. It allows you to focus and hone in on one spot and or any other dark spots that you may see, and just attack them specifically. As you can see, that 1.5 guard lighten up the front just a little, but no worries, because the way that he does this side on, he takes the 2 guard completely higher than the other side. But right here I'm going in with my 1 guard, and I'm still playing with the lever, knocking out any dark spots that I see, just making sure that transition is smooth as possible. Do not stay in one spot for too long, because clients do recognize, and then they'll start getting worried. Also, if you stay in the same spot, your eyes tend to not see what's actually there. And so it's okay to take a second to go to something else and come back if you've been there for too long, because you need to let your eyes readjust and refocus on finishing this product and doing the very best you can do. Don't completely forget about it, but you must come back. But it's okay to go to the next level, next step, and then just revisit it. But you gotta remember to go back. Here I'm going in with the 2 guard closed. And like I said, he takes this side completely down to a 2. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm being mindful of any light spots or anything that may cause a light spot, any areas that are less dense, and just being cautious. I'm using his head shape and the heel of the blade, and as you can see, I'm just riding the guard right off of his head. It's an up and down motion. It's not a flick out motion. It's an up and down motion. And if you just do the up and down motion, you won't have to worry about digging in and creating extra lines or setting in hard guidelines. All you got to do is the up and down motion. I promise you, use the heel of the blade instead of the tips of the teeth, and you'll create smooth transitions. Making sure that I'm combing all the hair back down to its natural laying spot, the way that it naturally wants to sit, just so that I can ensure that everything is the length that I need it to be. I'm combing and fading. It goes hand in hand. Always, always, always use some type of utensil, whether it's a brush or a comb. Have an implement in your hand to assist the hair as you cut it against the grain. Have something to lay it back down in the direction that it wants to go, just so that you create the most natural blend and you don't miss any dark spots and or any lines that you may see or may not see if you don't comb that hair or brush it back down to its natural spot. Because when you go against the grain, you naturally lift the hair up from where it lays. And it's different with all hair textures, but at the same time, you want to be able to knock off the hair that's already cut, because if it's cut, it's out of the picture. You can't put it back. Here I'm going in with my 1.5 guard right up under that 2. And I'm just cleaning up any dark spots that I see. And here I actually just come back down and fade into whatever I need to in order to lighten up any dark spots. So I'll go back through my 1.5 guard and my 1 guard and my half guard also if necessary, if I feel that there's dark spots that I need to get out with a lower guard. But I start off with bigger guards just so that I can ensure that I am not going to take the fade as high as possible, but I'm going to keep it as clean as possible and be safe at the same time. Going in with my masters here, I find them easier for me to do detail work with. And as you can see here, I'm going in with my Cocoa trimmers, hitting that C cup, and I start in the middle and define the actual shape, and then I bring it all together. I find hitting the C cup with the tip of your blade in the center of the arch, just to define the arch, gives me a better shape. And I'm going in here with my half guard, as you can see, lever open, and just playing with the lever because after I put the line on it, I didn't like the way that the blend came out towards the end of the line. And so now I'm just detailing anything, and as you can see here, I'm going in on the other side, doing the same thing. Like I said, he takes this side higher, and I like it. I give the client what they want because they gotta wear it, I don't. And as you can see, this is the final product. If you like this video, be sure to actually like it. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all if you made it this far.